What is up, guys? Before we get into this video, I just want to explain to you why you may be seeing two of the same videos in my channel. And if you haven't seen the video before this one, you can go check it out. I'll put the link in the description below. So basically what I'm doing with this channel is I'm going to be doing two parts, one video with no sound and one with some explanation. So the first video will mainly be for ASMR purposes. There won't be any talking, and you're just going to be seeing me working on shoes, whether it's painting or cleaning or just doing any other things for ASMR. And in the second video, I have an opportunity to explain what I'm doing, give some tips, some tricks that I've learned, and also the mistakes that I've made. Also have an opportunity to read the comments and actually connect with you guys and hopefully get some feedback. And that's basically it. So let's get into the video. Alright, so I know what you guys are thinking, why is this shoe so dirty? Well, the reason why it's so dirty is because at the time, I didn't really have a shoe to work on, and I was fortunate enough to have my roommate give me a pair that he doesn't wear anymore. And the purpose of this video was actually to show you how to create a stencil by using tape. I know a lot of people don't have the money to get a Cricut or just a vinyl cutter in general, and this was definitely an easy method that actually worked. I know in this video I used a printed image, however this can be done by using a computer screen or a phone screen or anything that's traceable. I just happened to print it out for the convenience of this video. Just want to cover the image with the tape. Unfortunately, my masking tape wasn't thick enough to cover the CDG logo, so I had to use 3 pieces of tape. I then traced the image by just going around the lines. I then used an X-Acto knife to cut the image out. In the video, I cut out the eyes and I saved the eyes. If you haven't seen the full video already, it's because I am going to use the eyes later on as a type of stencil after I'm done painting out the heart. You want to make sure that the stencil's really on there because the air bubbles will cause bleeding, and that is not what you want. I try to press it down with my thumb, make sure there's no bubbles. I'm mixing Too Soft with white, black, and red Angelus paint. The reason I am using Too Soft is because I am painting on fabric. Normally when you're painting on Jordans, when it's leather, you don't need to use the Too Soft. Just gave it a quick shake, and the reason why I am showing you a heat gun is because the Too Soft needs to be heat set. I've actually learned that painting against the grain with the paint will leave a lot of bleeding. So if you can, try to paint with the stencils. I know in the video it seems as though I've only put maybe like 1 or 2 layers, but I've actually put maybe about 5 layers to get that solid white color. I know when you peel off the tape, the edges might not be as crisp as you want, and that's why we're going to go back in later and fix those edges. As mentioned before, I kept those eyes for this particular moment. Now we're going to go ahead and paint the red. I already mixed in the Too Soft with the red, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I know the white is bleeding a little, but we're gonna go back in and we're gonna fix those edges. So basically what I'm doing in this part of the video is just getting an outline of where the white ends and where the red begins, so I can paint more freely. So for this video, I made sure to do a lot of different angles and a lot of different shots. I did this so I can kind of play around and see which angle maybe you guys would have liked. If you guys liked any of these shots, make sure to comment down below so I'll make sure to use them in future videos. As mentioned before, when I was done painting the red, I went back in and filled in the white again. I went back in with a paintbrush, and then I finished it off by using a toothpick for the sharper edges. And this is the final step. I brought back the eye stencils that we cut out earlier, cut out the pupils, and put them back on. One thing I would like to note before I end this video is why I left the outline the way that I did. I did it so people can actually see me color in the lines. I know a lot of people find that satisfying when you color in the lines or just coloring in general. And that is a perfect example as to why I'm making a second video. I'm able to clarify some things that may be a little ambiguous. And that's basically it for this first video. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment and I'll try to get back to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more.